do a little thing with chlorine. If you're concerned with chlorine, get with me afterwards and I'll show that to you. Let me at least show you this. This is a medical device. These aren't expensive. I say that off the bat because some people tell me I would have bought one of these, but they're so expensive. They're $20 to $40 a month. For how long? Well, not the rest of your life. You're going to do this the rest of your life. For a few months. But it's a medical device in Japan. It's you can write off every payment. It's already a home run. It's got 7 medical grade titanium plates in it. People say, well, what's medical grade titanium? Before I can even answer that, a lady said, I've got titanium in my back. I said, that's medical grade titanium. Pure in its form, designed to last a lifetime. Your body won't reject it. Go put $150 of metal on your back and see what happens. Yeah, that's not going to work. There's a lot of knockoff machines for half the price that just use $150 worth of metal. That's why it's a medical device. It's medical grade titanium. It's $2,300 an ounce. It's not $150. Don't take any shortcuts and buy the $150 metal and put it in your back. Right? It's not going to work. But watch this. Every time I touch a button, I change the pH. I can change it from 9.5 to 9 to 8.5. Change it to 7, 4.5, 5.5, 4.5, 2.5, 11.5. Every time I touch a button, I change the pH. Every time I change the pH, I restructure the water differently and it does something else, entirely different. I spent an hour and 15 minutes telling you what 9.5 does. I can't tell you the other 8 waters, but I'll tell you 2 of them. This is 2.5 pH, super acidic, comes out of this machine. This is 11.5, super alkaline. They're not made to drink, they're made to clean and do stuff in your house. They're harmless, they're water, right? They've been restructured. I can spray this in my kids' eyes, my pets can run through it. In the United States, this is a big deal. They've been approved by our FDA. Why would they approve them? They know what they do. They've been approved by our EPA. They've been approved by our USDA for food handling and processing. Companies around San Antonio buy these in 500-gallon to 10,000-gallon increments every day. Are you curious why you never even heard of them? Because at 2.5, this disinfects everything on the planet. Everything. Topical dermatitis, eczema, psoriasis, acne, MRSA, E. coli, strep, staph. You know, before I started, I showed a bunch of pictures up here. People that got bit by recluses, 11 days. And this kills it. I could fill this up for 3 cents. How many chemicals can I take out of my house if, what I spray on the doorknobs, the flue seasons, and the cutting boards? All your chemicals either disinfect or cut grease. Tide, Cheer, 409, bleach, Windex. I don't know what you're spending, $10, $20, $30 a month on chemicals. This replaces both of them for 6 cents a month, maybe 2 months, who knows? This disinfects everything. If my kids have strep, you think we go to the doctor? It goes like this. Come here, boy, open up that night, that morning, that afternoon, and they go to school. You know why that doesn't move you? Want me to help you with it? He's not your little boy. He's my little boy. When he's your little boy, when he's your little grandson, when he's your uncle who has MRSA, you'll stand on the mountain with me and trust me. For what, 2 cents? This one disinfects. This one cuts grease. You know why that one's hard for you to hear? Oil and water. They don't mix, do they? This is just water. Look, it's not made up. This has a name. When you take H2O and move it to 2.5, it is hypochlorous acid. Yeah. Come up here and smell it. You'll smell that it does it. This one cuts grease. Let me show that to you. This is pretty oily. You can use a light oil or a dark oil. The dark oil you can see. People say, I do it with olive oil, and it doesn't look like yours because it's so light. Who believes that's pretty oily? Sesame seed oil? Okay. If you don't know what it is, this doesn't make the same point. Let me just fill the bottom up with the cup. And what happens when you mix oil and water? You got a camera on me? I don't have to walk it around. Oil comes to the top, right? This is why you can't clean your house with Dasani. It's not going to work. Didn't cut grease. There's scientists, when I do this, there's chemists that say, do it again. I don't understand what I'm watching, Mike. This is 11.5 water. It's harmless. Anyone knows me knows that I prefer 11.5 over 2.5. You can drink them both. There's people that say, do it again, Mike. What happened here? That went past cutting grease to emulsification. I went past cutting grease to emulsification. Emulsification means if I leave it here next week, it's still going to be emulsified, which means I can fill this up for 2 cents, and I'm going to clean my stove, my oven, my butt knife, wine out of a white dress shirt, paint out of a carpet, oil off the cement. It's a grease cutter. How much money could you save? Go take that money, go buy your sister one. Don't think these are expensive. You write yours off. Go buy someone else one of these with the money you save. Or redirect money you were spending on all those chemicals. If you walked into the United States, those plants that make these, you know, they gotta scrub those plants. If you're at a bleach plant, they can't just put bleach on top of bleach on top of bleach on top of, they're gonna kill their employees. The EPA will come in and test for bleach and say, we're gonna have to shut you down or fine you. Don't you kinda like that, if you had a family that lived there? Yeah. No regulations at your house though. You put bleach on top of Windex, on top of Clorox, until someone has the #1 cause of cancer that no one knows. They think chemical exposure is like number 114. Research it, #1. If you knew what I knew, you'd buy these for $40. How much are they? $80 for the pair. You'd buy them if you knew what I knew. I'm telling you, they come with the machine. After all the stuff I told you about the machine, this comes with it. That's why it's a medical device. Don't buy a machine that doesn't make these. We're the only machine that makes those. But don't buy a machine that doesn't make those. I know I'm going quick, but we are starting to run out of time, and I got one guy that is gonna change your life in his personal story. These are cherry tomatoes. Who believes they put chemicals on our food? Pesticides, yeah. It doesn't even really bother us. We just know it's probably not cool. It's like, nah, that's probably not cool. But we don't understand what they are. Let me help you with them. These are, I'm gonna put some in that cup, some in that cup. I'm gonna put some on the table, and I'll try not to put any on the floor. There we go. Close enough. Anybody want to take a guess why they put pesticides on your food? We believe that's probably true, so the bugs don't eat them. That's what the pesticides for. She was raising her hand. I thought she was going to have a question. Okay. So they spray that on there so the bugs don't eat them. Does that make sense? Grow 1,000 cherry tomatoes, spray it with the pesticide, go sell 1,000 cherry tomatoes. Very profitable. If you don't spray it, there'll only be like 700 cherry tomatoes, and it's not as profitable. That's called organic, right? But that doesn't bother us. But think about it. They found a chemical they could spray on your food that the little bug won't even eat. It's that big. His brain is that big. And he knows, no, you don't eat it. I've seen that dude with the hazmat suit spraying it. And we eat it. What's the best way to grow them? Water them. But if I water it, aren't I going to wash off the pesticide? And if I did wash off the pesticide, what would be next? Spray the pesticide, water it to grow it. Spray a pesticide, water it to, we're running out of profit real quick, aren't we? So what these smart women and men learned is if you'll spray that on with an oil base, the pesticide, designed to not come off when you water it. You only have to spray them once, and they're in the growing season. At our house, we use 11.5, because it's just restructured water and it doesn't cost any money and it's harmless. But it's a grease cutter. It's an oil-based cutter. And that doesn't cost me any money. Now, if you think you can put your food in your sink and put it in a colander and clean it, you're wrong. This is what we think. I know there's chemicals on there, but we clean our food really thorough. We put it in plastic bags and we put it in the refrigerator. Well, nothing's coming off. It's designed not to come off. It wouldn't make any money if it came off. They'd have to spray it all the time. Where at our house, we use 11.5.
Wow.
What do you think that is?
Let's say poison.
It's poison.
Poison.
I'll pay you to drink it. Anybody?
How much?
How much? Miss Jane. That'd be a lot. But here's the irony to it. Tomorrow you'll pay them to eat it.
You pay to eat it in the salad bar?
Yeah. You're like, you can't pay me to drink this. Really? You're gonna go to the salad bar on your health kick and eat this.
Yeah.
If you really want to know what's on your food, and I gotta skip a little bit, just go to whatsonmyfood.org, not .net. Find cherry tomatoes, click on them. They will list the hormone disruptors on this pesticide, which means thyroid, why we're having these issues. They will list the cancer-causing carcinogens. They will list them for you. That's peer review, PubMed. That's, doctor to doctors, case studies. Everybody says, do you have any proof on that? Yeah, thousands of them. Thousands of them that no one wants you to see, just like they don't want you to understand chlorine's bad for you in the United States. But do yourself a favor, and I'm speeding up, I know. Come taste these. They're night and day difference. They're night and day difference. This one and this one. And that's going to be the difference between beans, spaghetti, rice, noodles,